Sheldon with LiviaWell. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, and check out my website, LiviaWell.com or PositiveEnergyYoga.com. So today we're going to talk about doing the splits. And I just want to get you warmed up from the hip flexors and make sure the legs are extended nice and long. You've got your booty out from under you. We're going to inhale and bring the arms up nice and tall, and then exhale, folding from the crease of your hips. Get that nice long extension. And this works everything from working the lower back to feeling that in the back of the hamstrings. And then if you flex your feet, you're able to even get the calves and the Achilles. Now if you can't reach your feet, you just use a towel or maybe a strap to get down a little bit further. So this is just a nice warm up, and take a few deep breaths here. Nice ujjayi in through your nose and exhale out through your nose. So hold that for about 5 to 10 breaths. And then we're going to come on up and take those legs to a little bit of a straddle. So start easy. Let's say, okay, this is feeling a little tight. Maybe this is our stopping point. That's cool. But if you can go a little bit further, try one hand in front and one hand behind, and try to extend a little bit further. And we can just keep increasing and improving that straddle with each practice and every time that you see me. Let's rotate that thigh open and feel the knees then pointing towards the ceiling. So that's really important. Two things. Booty out from under you, so you have your sits bones rooted to the ground, and then roll the thighs open. So that starts to open into that internal rotation. You get the inner hips and the groins. And to really feel it, just like we did before with that forward bend, you're folding from the crease of the hips. A lot of people kind of round their back and round and crunch there, but we're going for that nice long extension, and then we start to bring the body down. And a good way to kind of relax here is maybe just close your eyes and just take a few 5 to 10 breaths if we can get to that point. And you don't want to go to the point where you're in pain, but you definitely want to go to the point where you're slightly uncomfortable, so you know you're feeling something and increasing and improving your flexibility long term. And the best way to get more flexible is to keep doing the things you cannot do until you can do them. So let's say you're really tight. Maybe you'll focus on just doing the split every single day, or maybe twice a day. Definitely warm up a little bit first. If you've been walking around a little bit, then that's going to be better to bring it down to the ground. So here's your straddle, and obviously one day you're going to go a little bit further and a little bit further, but always try to get those thighs and knees rotated up, and then remember, extend and fold from the crease of the hips. So that's an awesome, nice wide angle straddle. Now you've got the other straddle, which is kind of a scissor splits, maybe your more traditional split, called Hamanasana. And with that, you're going to extend one leg back and one leg forward. Either leg that you want to do. The hard part about this is that you've got to have that back quadricep being pretty flexible, and your front hamstring being flexible, and the inner hips and groins. So that's really asking a lot from the body. Really important to try to rotate that back hip and square it down, and then twist the chest. So if you can add a little bit of a twist here, and then I actually always tell my students to look over the opposite shoulder. That gives me a nice stretch into my lower back, so I'm getting an awesome twist and a good hamstring quad stretch. And then of course for my flexitrons out there, you're gonna extend and take a bow down. And if that's still too easy, I got one more trick up my sleeve. Take the opposite arm of the leg in front and drop it off outside of that front leg, and then grab that foot and give it a good little calf stretch. And then you can just take a nap there. So that's your new nap pose. So we've got the scissor splits, and whatever you do on one side, of course, make sure you do on the other. So we're just going to extend opposite leg forward. We're going to square and rotate the hips down and extend the body nice and long. This is beautiful because it's getting so many groups in one. And if you're really tight, you just start from that back knee. And this is called separate leg stretch, and it works great. So just making sure that you have lots of options no matter where you are. There's room for everybody in the yoga world, so don't think, oh my gosh, you're not flexible, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Everybody can do a little bit of yoga and kind of find what's perfect for you. So here's your splits. Make sure you join me. Don't forget, like me on Facebook and join me on Twitter, and check out my website. We're going to have some DVDs to come, and I've already got some DVDs if you're interested on PositiveEnergyYoga.com. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.